Hi, my name is Lekisha Nesmith, and my topic of choice is should healthcare workers be allowed to refuse to provide services to which they are ethically opposed? The reason why I chose this topic because I am a healthcare worker, and my first source is a article, "The Four Principles: Can They Be Measured and Do They Predict Ethical Decision Making?" by Katie Page. And the reason why I chose this article because it goes over the four principles that are used again in healthcare. And the principles are autonomy, non-malfeasance, beneficence, and justice. The two principles of these that I'm going to be speaking about the most is the autonomy, and that's the right of the patient to decide what they want for their body. And the second one is the non-malfeasance, and that means to do no harm. That's my first point. My second point is the bureaucracy. It's an analytic bureaucracy, which was like a process, a survey that was used to decide which of those four principles most healthcare workers lean toward the most. And non surprisingly, it was the non malfeasance, the to do no harm, because that is the ultimate goal of most healthcare workers. So it was to do no harm. My third point from that article was that 94% of healthcare workers state that when in a quote unquote situation, they do not think anything about the four principles of ethics that they were taught. They said the main thing on their mind is the do no harm and to provide safety in a moralistic standpoint. Okay, the second article that I chose is Doctors' Anti-Abortion Views Could Impact on Women's Access to Services, and it's by Dennis Campbell. And it just talks about that out of 733 medical students, and this is my first point, a third of them said that, once they complete medical school, they would not perform an abortion. They were against it, and that's one third of just those medical students. My second point is the Royal College of OB states that um, a slow but growing problem in trainees are occurring. These trainees are opting out to be trained on how to perform an abortion because they are against it. So in years to come, when these old physicians die out, there may not be anyone to perform the abortion. And also in a survey, says this article, 45.2% believe that doctors have the right to refuse to treat someone when it affects their personal belief. And again, that's the second article that I chose. I went to something a little different, and this article was "Is Adoption Better Than Abortion?" And that's by Annalise Morel. If you find yourself in a unwanted pregnancy, the article talks about you still have two options. You can choose to abort or you can choose to adopt. And it talks about 3 points why people choose an abortion over adoption. And the first point is lack of knowledge. It talks about how people hear about adoption agencies, but they don't even know what they're about, the process, or anything like that. So, lack of knowledge. The second point is yes, you could adopt, give your baby up for adoption, but most of the reasons why people opt not to keep the baby is because they can't afford it. So if you still have to carry this baby to term, it's still costing you money that you don't have. So that's why people opt to do the abortion. The third point in this article is bonding. People know, hey, I can't even afford to take care of this baby, so why would I carry it to term to bond with the baby? And again, these are my 3 points from my three articles from the topic that I chose. Should healthcare workers be allowed to refuse to provide services to which they are opposed? Just quickly, this is my chart. I don't know how well you can see it, but the chart just gives a graph of the number of adoption referrals versus the number of abortions. 2,406 adoption referrals versus 324,008 abortions, and this was done in 2017. Okay, thank you.